Well, I guess we're gonna be starting here. Just a couple
We are.
couple minutes.
We're doing Group C today. We have Lucas, Guriko, Sosa, Ardinos. I'm not entirely sure how to say these guys' names, to be honest with you. Yoru and Nikoko. And I'm joined here today by the Z Shield Maiden. I think that's how you say it.
That's right. Yeah,
How you
the
say
Shield
it.
Maiden. Yeah, very excited to be here in this group stage C, as you mentioned. It's honestly out of the 6 players, I'm pretty familiar with Lucas, and I think Guriko participated as well on the World Finals. But a lot of new faces, and yeah, looking forward to see who's gonna get the first places and advance into the warm-ups.
Yeah, definitely. I was wondering what kind of decks they're going to come away with today. We're going to see a lot of Boss Bandit again.
Yeah, for sure. Boss Bandit probably, the most recent champion released, and you know how it goes. So we'll see. And especially with this tournament format, there are no bans, so players can go ahead and abuse any cards. And yeah, with a total prize pool of $15,000. It's a lot. It's a lot of money.
Yep, it's a lot of cash.
But you gotta be top 8. You gotta be top 8. So yeah, it's not guaranteed. Not guaranteed for everyone participating here. But yeah, we have here all the games, starting with Lucas against Nikoko, then Guriko against Yoru, Sosa, Ardan, Toas, and there we go. First game, baby. First game.
Yep, straight into the first game. Lucas versus Nikoko. 2 seconds, just sorting something quickly.
Yeah. Right now, it seems like both players rocking some sort of lock bait. No, maybe Nikoko. Okay, definitely Nikoko with the lock bait, and Lucas here, maybe some sort of drill. Looking like drill. We'll see, some drill control deck.
Yep, log bait coming out from Nikoko. Just wondering how he's going to utilize the evolution. It's a hard one to stop that though. You just don't know. You have to use so much spells to be able to take that evolution down.
Yeah.
She's so behind him, an elixir.
Fortunately for Lucas, he does have evolution cannon, which will do pretty well at getting rid of both of these barrels. But missed NATO here for the bowler, and Nikoko's going to take advantage of it.
Yep, looking like it. Couple stabs in the left-hand tower, pulls ahead of Lucas. Looking good so far. Nice defensive cannon in the middle. Princess should be able to clear most of that up anyway.
So, is Lucas running some sort of RG graveyard?
I think he's running. It's Electro Giant. I think he's running. I think.
Oh,
anyway, it's hard to say.
Oops, yeah.
Could be.
Yeah.
Got double barrel going down. Lucas trying to activate the tower, but doesn't quite get there. Losing the right hand tower.
Wow.
That was some huge pressure from Nikoko there.
Straight away.
He's got a really fast cycle deck, so I think it's hard to deal with it.
My God, Lucas here under pressure in this first game. Has he warmed up? No, it's just, this is going to be an uphill battle for sure. Especially knowing how Nikoko's setting up right now, already with a Tesla, Dart Goblin, Evolution Cannon, gonna snipe that Dart Goblin really nicely, but to break through?
Yep, really big push coming through for Lucas, but I think Nikoko's got this.
Yeah. Beautiful Goblin gang here, and that's pretty much a clean defense from Nikoko, and this looks like he's well played. With the
he has not taken a single damage.
Yeah.
This whole game.
That was a clean display from Nikoko, who's been cooking, hitting top 8 at both DreamHack and Barcelona. Very interesting. And flexing a top 1 ladder finish. So Nikoko not just you know, it may be unknown to the battlefield, but on top ladder, here to assert dominance. Beautiful.
I think it's
Beautiful
quite
if you're
hard with
speaking of
Lucas's deck though. He just hasn't got the cycle or the spells to defend that log bait. Plus, I guess the tornado as well didn't quite activate the King Sword as well and took a huge amount of damage. So had a knight on the right hand side as well. Huge damage there. It's really hard to stop log bait sometimes though, I think. You don't have
and especially, I mean,
cycle.
when you're a tower down and your other tower is already at half HP, oof. Not easy. Not easy for sure.
Definitely. Hard matchup for Lucas, but back. Still 2 more games. Yep, 2 more games to go. Anyone's game at the moment.
To be honest, I felt like Lucas here, not in his... I felt like he may not have been in the rhythm yet. Just just some mistakes, some few mistakes in this matchups. But hopefully he'll be able to bounce back.
Well, he has won CRL before, so I'm assuming he might do.
Yeah.
Could have just been an off match, like you say, to start off with. Can easily come back in this one. Muhammad Light's not playing today. Like he was Group A, that was played last weekend, I think, last Saturday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's always tough to get into these types of tournaments, especially these CRL warm-ups. But I think once you get into the rhythm, things starts to slowly fit together. But right now,
with recent card changes and evolutions and Boss Bandit, like its meta's kind of switched up a little bit, so it's hard to figure out decks right now.
Not running Boss Bandit. Both.
Not yet, anyway.
Not yet. That's yeah.
Should have the game starting soon. Both players just picking their deck, so they get 2 minutes to pick.
I mean, so the format is they can't pick the cards they just use, right?
Yeah. So they have to pick a different deck every time for 3 matches. It's actually quite hard because you lose a lot of spells that you're maybe used to using, have to use different ones.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to have 3 completely different decks.
For sure. For sure. It is Group C for anyone wondering in the chat. Group C with Lucas, Nikoko, Guriko, Yoru, Sosa, and Ardan Toas.
This is all the players playing today. 5 different rounds, so we got loads of matches.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Not actually in the clan at the moment, so just wonder if they are starting soon. Actually, 2 seconds. I think I'm actually in the clan.
Nice. We can maybe get some news. They're cooking.
Yeah, we're starting literally.
Cook. Oh, there we
go.
Now. Back at it. Game number 2. Lucas looking to come back. Looking to show him who's boss. And rocking the Cannoneer.
He is rocking the Cannoneer, actually. I think that'd probably be pretty helpful against British Spam because it's only single units. This is probably going to be a good matchup for Lucas. Potentially. Looks like he's some form of cycle deck as well. But so brings out the Mega Minion.
Nikoko.
Don't see the Mega Minion too often, actually, so not too sure what Lucas is actually going to be playing here. There goes the Boss Bandit. Knew it would come in.
Exactly. Usually with Cannoneer, I often saw Mortar with Cannoneer. Seems to be pairing pretty well, but right now it is looking like some sort of minor chip from Lucas.
Yep, pure bridge spam from Nikoko. He's not got minor in his deck. He could be minor, actually. That could be a good shout, actually.
Or drill maybe. Seen a
Could be
couple of
drill.
drill poison. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
He's not showing
Now
his
boss
hand
bandit
yet, so
plus
it could be anything.
Oh! Battle Ram here locks on. Despite the Cannoneer and the boss bandit charging. Leaving the
I'm pretty
Battle Ram
surprised with that,
one
actually. I thought the charge and the Cannoneer would have been enough to stop that. Log going right hand side though, pushing all this back. Don't think he's going to get too much damage done here. Bandit almost charges through again. I like this bridge spam deck. We got Bandit and Boss Bandit in the same deck. I can't believe those two actually work together. I guess it works really well in bridge spam.
Yeah. For sure, for sure.
Still
Lucas
curious
kind of feeling
to...
the pressure.
He is feeling pressure. A lot of pressure on the bridge right now. Double elixirs coming soon. He could have like a really big card he's hiding away. It could be anything he puts down.
Yeah, it seems like if he would have
There
had
we
a
go, Hog
minor...
Rider.
Oh! I was about to say, if he would have had a minor, he would have played it earlier. The minor is not a card
Definitely.
you want to keep secret. There's no
Yep, you
surprise
want to chip
factor.
away.
Lumberjack almost locking onto the Cannoneer, but skeletons, they just simply kite the Lumberjack away. Very, very well played by Lucas here.
Royale Ghost coming down the right though. Lucas is going to have to do something to that. He's going to take quite a bit of damage there. Heal Spirit going down as well. Tesla last second, but quite a few swings off there.
Oh! Boss Bandit here, locking on again. Hogrider is going to sneak through, what, one or two shots? That's not bad.
Huge counter push coming though. Lumberjack in the left. Bridge spam coming up the right.
What a beautiful Ice Spirit evolution here. Slowing down twice that Battle Ram. Not able to break through. Boss Bandit, both of them dashing onto wood. It is so difficult to read the Boss Bandit, but Luke is going to take care of it. And sneak a Hog Rider shot.
Yep, gets a quick swing in there, but still loads of pressure coming from Nikoko. I think maybe actually Lucas is catching up a little bit now in the pressure.
It is honestly very, the more I think about it, the more it's strange to see that. Oh, Royal Ghost actually splashes. The more it's strange for me to see the Mega Minion in that kind of deck. That is...
That's what I thought.
Very,
I've
very
not seen lots of Mega Minions. I would have thought there would have been other options apart from that one. But he did use Phoenix last game, so he wouldn't be able to use Phoenix.
Boss Bandit gonna bait out the skeletons with the 1 HP. But right now,
Evolution Battle Ram on the right.
Gonna...
Not making his way forward. Those Teslas are playing some good defense for Lucas.
Battle Ram at the back here, trying to do that double lane pressure on Lucas. Is that going to work? Both of his towers are at around 1,000 HP, so you kind of want to distract your opponent with both of these lanes. Bandit dashing onto the Tesla.
Lucas does have the advantage here though. He's got the spell damage. There's only 20 seconds to go, but he can still spell at the bridge. Trying to go for the hog, get the swing in. Gets the swing, 10 seconds. Nikoko needs to do something big here. I don't know if the Gyros is going to be enough either. Battle Ram making its way through, but those Teslas are just way too much.
Wow. By a sliver of health, Lucas is going to be taking game number 2 here.
Yep, some solid control from Lucas. Those Teslas, Nikoko just couldn't make it through.
Yeah, it was very difficult to break through these double Teslas. But alright. Lucas bouncing back.
I think he had, that was quite a good counter, I think. Lucas had to bridge spam. Just purely with the Teslas, it's so hard to get through.
Sure,
I mean, he let some damage through at the start there.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Caught up near the end and double and triple elixir.
And you gotta respect Lucas kind of for coming up with these decks, trying to see how the meta's looking and alright, what can I play? Which card has been kind of underlooked? And that Mega Minion putting in some work. I mean,
it's very surprising, that Mega Minion. I've not seen that, I don't think, in any of the matches so far. But again, he did use his Phoenix, so he had to use some kind of other strong anti-air for that deck, I guess. You always need anti-air, just in case they go Lava Hound or something.
That's right.
I'm not entirely sure which Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what decks Nikoko specializes in. Some players do like Slavhound decks and stuff, so.
I mean, we haven't seen RG yet. We haven't seen
Nope.
RG,
That is
which is
probably going to come next, I think, though. It has. I think it's going to come
we
next.
are
One
going
of
to
the
be
players.
looking at. We're gonna if I were to put my money on something, it would probably be some sort of RG monk evolution hunter deck coming soon. Kind of that like the safe option. But it's like knowing that that's such a strong deck, do you maybe want to go and counter it? That's two sides to the coin. Let's see how both of these players are gonna attempt to approach this last game of the first round.
Is anyone else having the gameplay blurry? It shouldn't be blurry.
You're talking about the live stream?
Yeah. A few comments saying when we're in the game it goes blurry for some reason.
Oh.
It is auto. Actually, wait a second. It was auto 1080p, so maybe that was the problem.
Yeah, maybe put the quality at maximum.
Yeah, when it's auto, I think it just jumps down back and forth all the time. That was maybe my bad, actually. Right, next match, Lucas and Nikoko. This is the last match. We have Evolution Executioner for Nikoko, and looks like a bait deck from Lucas. Fast cycle bait deck. It's got 2 spirits in his deck as well, so really fast cycle. Mega Minion coming out for Nikoko, though. I think we never see Mega Minion, now we've seen it twice.
Yeah, I haven't seen much Evolution Executioner before. These Prince as well. I'm absolutely lost here. What is Nikoko running?
Does look like quite an unusual deck. Oh, he's running Giant Beatdown.
And we see the new Goblin Hut here. Gonna be stacking those Spear Goblins here. Look at that.
Yeah, that Goblin Hut is really strong, I think.
Or 4 elixir.
It just spawns so fast.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah. Really hard to stop. Well, it's not even so much hard to stop because you're not stopping it. You're just defending with it.
Yeah. But I gotta say, I gotta respect the new reworking some old cards like the Goblin Hut that didn't necessarily fit into the modern Clash Royale playstyle.
Yeah, I just don't think they wanted like loads of buildings and decks, but definitely like a defensive building is always good.
For sure.
I really like the rework though. It's made it a lot more usable.
Oh my god.
A lot of damage.
A lot of damage on both of lane here. Nikoko soaking up maybe just a little bit more than he should have, because right now the thing is, you're playing Giant Beatdown, but you're against a Cannoneer with a building.
Yeah.
To break through that...
Nikoko's got no log as well, so I think that's just a huge problem. He's not got the spells to deal with the log bait. I think this is going to be his big push, though. If he doesn't get this through, it's going to be it.
I don't see...
Double Hut's going down.
Goblin Hut.
No.
We're looking at like 10 Spear Goblins here.
At least.
In a matter of like 10 seconds. That's ridiculous.
That is... Look how much... I've never seen so much Spear Goblins in all my life.
That's crazy.
And there we go, the Prince is up, spawning even more. I mean, look at that deck. It's... How can you get through that?
Wow. That is what you call a Goblin Hut. A massive... Probably the MVP. Probably
I need to save this deck from Lucas. That was a pretty crazy deck.
And there we go. Kind of using a reworked card to his advantage. And that's what really defines, in my opinion, these top Clash Royale players, where they're able to adapt to the new bounce changes, to new reworks. And the faster they're able to adapt, the faster they're able to pick up these new cards in these brand new decks and come out on top when they need it the most.
Oh, definitely. I think that card's maybe a little bit too broken by the looks of things there. I mean, 6 or 7 spear goblins coming out after defense is pretty crazy. A lot of value from that.
I think it just looks. It looks like. I feel like it's just spawning a little bit too quickly. These goblins. That
Maybe just a little bit. I think it spawns like every 1 second, 1.6.
Because it just feels overwhelming so quickly. Like, wow, we're talking about a 4 elixir goblin hut. Okay, this is.
Yep, it's pretty cheap card, yeah, for what it is.
My God. But yeah, Lucas,
let's see how often it actually spawns. Yeah, 1.7 seconds. It's pretty fast.
Pretty crazy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to see, I mean, speaking of rework cards, are we going to see maybe a Mega Knight coming on? Because we've seen kind of the rework making it kind of like a 360 dashing everywhere, dashing all over the place. So are we going
the
to
Golden Knight
some sort of...
I've not actually seen that so far. Pretty, yeah.
Maybe... I mean, the one deck that comes to my mind using the Golden Knight was like a drill deck for people with NATO Golden Knight, and it would just cause a lot of problems. So are we going to see that?
I think it's just situational though. If we find, there's a lot of swarm decks, I think it would be probably used quite a lot, but we're seeing a lot of bait decks, a lot of bridge spam, a lot of heavy E-Giant tank decks, so I don't know, I just don't think I think it's quite hard to utilize unless you know your players going mass swarm decks, in my opinion. It's a very situational card.
All right. Next up here, we got Ardan Toas against Sosa. And both players here rocking the Princess Tower. All right.
A little bit of damage coming out. On the left-hand tower. Here goes Goblinstein in the back. Not seen that card too often.
Okay. Interesting.
I think it got nerfed recently, so I'm not seeing it used as much.
It was the Goblin, the Goblinstein's health was nerfed significantly because it was just connecting onto towers way too often here. Boss Bandit dashing back to safety, Mega Knight tanking on the Princess Tower, and Boulder's holding down the fort, but wow. What a beautiful Boss Bandit value right there.
Yeah. I mean, considering the pressure, Sosa did very well defending there. Just wondering what else he's running though. Could this be another E-Giant deck? Every time I see Bowler Fisherman, I think E-Giant, so. Or Electro Giant. More pressure coming down the Goblinstein on the left. Don't know if it's going to get over the bridge this time.
For the two last cards, are we looking at Inferno Dragon and maybe some wall breakers?
Could be wall breakers,
maybe
yeah.
Some sort of win condition to lock on. Get that tower down.
Evolution Mega Knight's coming out now.
Evolution Bats here. Zapped away. And that Evolution Mega Knight here pushing back the Goblinstein, and everybody's locking onto the Princess Tower.
Gotta stop that Inferno Tower. Inferno Dragon.
And Ardan Toas, he's gonna take it even more on the right lane, understanding that Sosa's kind of overcommitted on defense, and the Ram Router connects. So both Princess Tower a little bit over 1,000 HP.
Yep, there's a counter push coming on the left, but Mega Knight manages to shut it down. Boss Band on the right again, though. Guards. Does have a Royal Ghost there still. Oh, this is...
Goblin Giant. Goblin
Yep.
Giant, Goblinstein. Damn,
I think this is
you
kind of
really
an
don't
old
want to
deck.
use that Goblin.
That's it though. Too much pressure, too much bridge spam. Oh, not quite there actually. 66 HP to go, but I think it's just a zap or so to finish it off. I don't think he's under too much pressure at the moment.
Definitely a very, very unusual deck by Sosa here. Goblin Giant, Goblinstein. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know that deck choice.
I think it was quite an old deck actually when Goblinstein used to be more meta. I think there was definitely decks going about like that. Or probably
And the
going to
thing
see
is,
Boss Bandit
especially when you
next.
start, yeah, and when you start using Goblin Giant on defense, where he's getting arguably the least value out of any tanks in the game, oof, you're in for quite a ride. Quite a ride for sure.
Yeah, I think the problem is just getting it to the evolution stage, and there was too much pressure on him to even get to that point. So
Mm-hmm.
you just need to get one big solid push going, but never quite happened.
Yeah, never happened really. Lucas pretty relentless on the pressure, and yeah. Taking it.
Supposedly he doesn't have all evolution, so he has to make work with what he has. Nikoko, that is.
I think it definitely factors in. You know, we're not really seeing super meta decks because you know in the you can't use the same cards over and over. So you kind of get, as you mentioned, you have to do with what you have, what you've used, and what your opponent used, what kind of spells he used. So you're kind of going to be able to take advantage of whether or not he's got a big spell, he used the rocket, he used the lightning, to hopefully take advantage in the following games.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised where we haven't seen yet an RG. You know, it feels like kind of the go-to. It's finished. You know, the top 10 players in the world. I think out of the top 10 players, maybe like 5 or maybe more than half used RG, Evolution Hunter, Evolution Snowball as well. So it's Evolution RG. So yeah, looking forward to see. And there we go, Mega Knight. Not Mega Knight, Golden Knight.
Golden Knight, yeah, definitely finally seen the Golden Knight. Could be an RG deck from Ardan. How do you not say his name? Ardan Toas?
Ardan Toas?
Yeah.
I think it's... I don't know.
Going Hog Rider, Mortar. It looks like Sosa has the counter here though. It's going to be hard for that Hog Rider to get through, especially with the King's Tower now activated.
So Firecracker Hog for Ardan Toas. Sosa rocking a was it a hybrid? Maybe Mortar RG or Mortar Hog. It seems like there's two sides to this deck, Sosa here, and he may want to just keep one of that win condition under wraps until there's a great opportunity to use it.
No, definitely. I mean, Ardan Toas has the Earthquake, so he can definitely get through that Hog if he times it well. Just have to see how this match goes. I think Sosa is just going to try and get as much chip damage done as he possibly can. Pressuring with the Boss Bandit right now, though. Hunter's there as well. Don't think he's going to get too much done here.
Wow.
Boss Bandit has so much hit points. Yeah, that was a really nice hit points. But Boss Bandit has a crazy amount of hit points. Hog Rider on the right, Mortar again.
Going up against Firecracker is always really, really painful because at any point during the game, they can place it at the bridge and kind of just start chipping away at your tower. And that's just pain to deal
If you
with.
don't have arrows, it's pretty much over. I really hate seeing the firecracker a lot of the time. I lose to it 90% of the time. I let it shoot my tower all the time.
And you're like, bro, what could I have done different? You know?
No, definitely. Sometimes it just gets that
All
value.
Boss Bandit here dashing back, going onto the Tesla, and then finishing Firecracker. She's going to have enough health to dash, but guards were placed down. And right now, Evolution Hunter here locking the Hog Rider. Not going to be getting anywhere in the Crown Tower when you've got a net around yourself.
Chip damage done from Sosa on the right hand tower. He's getting that miner down every single time. I think he needs to try and stop it. It's going to get harder when we get to double and triple elixir as well.
Yeah, but the thing is, Sosa's doing a really good job of kind of baiting the guards for the Boss Bandit, and then kind of realizing, okay, okay, Boss Bandit here actually going to walk on just once. But what I was saying here, you see the guards are always placed for the Boss Bandit, which means the miner kind of has a free connection.
Yeah, definitely gets
And that's
a lot of
that's
free
going to carry
reign.
over.
We've got the earthquake though. Hog Rider's making his way through. Log going down. No swing off this time.
I think here Sosa, he has the game on. I think he could win the game if he understands that small interaction where Boss Bandit attracts the guards. Guards are out of your hand, your opponent's hand. Placing miner down and start chipping away. And I think it should be good.
A lot of pressure coming down
Evolution
the
ice
left
grid
lane
here.
flow.
That's crazy. Boss Bandit still has enough health. He needs to get kited by the Hog Rider here. Ooh, a late mortar to catch the Hog Rider, who seems to have an infinite amount of health, but miner walking on.
Yep, miner getting some more chip
No.
damage done. Tesla at the bridge. Hog Rider pushing forward though. Earthquake going down preemptively, but Hog Rider gets the swing.
Gets a shot.
Firecracker gets its
Bark.
damage done as well. 30 seconds to go. A lot of pressure coming down from Sosa. Seems to have gone in the left-hand tower now. Goes to the right.
And that miner here causing a lot of problems. But Sosa here is going to have another one coming in here. That champion cycle here is going to have so many miners. And
Hog making his way through. Is he going to get the swing? Oh, it's close. And Firecracker pulls it off. Played.
Firecracker seals the deal.
He was still ahead by like
seals
20
the deal.
HP before that, but yeah. Firecracker does seal the deal indeed.
Wow.
I guess now 2 games. That was pretty quick.
I felt like here Sosa could have done, I don't know. It's difficult, you know, when you have a building to go up against Hog Earthquake, because whenever you place down that building, it just, between the Firecracker and the Earthquake, the building gets evaporated. And yeah, I think Sosa could have gone a lot more aggressive with those miners, understanding that the guards are going to be used for that Boss Bandit. But now you can lock on.
Yep.
But unfortunately,
Definitely a really hard matchup. I thought Sosa actually had the advantage there with the mortar, but with the earthquake, it's really hard to stop that Hog Rider getting through every single time. Just does crazy amounts of damage to buildings, but if he didn't have any buildings, he had another way to deal with it. Earthquake wouldn't have been any use, so it was a bit of a risk taking the earthquake, but paid off in the end.
For sure. For sure.
Let's have a look at the leaderboard so far. So Lucas is top, Guriko second, and Ardan Toas third.
That's right. Everybody here picking up a victory, and yeah, now it's a matter of bouncing back for the bottom 3. And actually, a little fun fact here: Lucas is. I actually checked recently his Twitter account, and he's actually looking for an organization to represent him. So this is kind of this Clash Royale warm up is going to allow him to kind of display his skills to everyone, and hopefully get picked up by an organization, because he's he's a top 3, top 5 player in the world here, with the last world finals ending. I think it was 3rd place. So yeah, hopefully Lucas will be able to be represented and perform at the best level.
No, definitely. He's definitely got that skill, so he just needs to put the work in, learn all the new decks and different decks, and just take it to the finals, I guess.
That's right. That's right.
I'm sure somebody's going to pick him up. One of the top players in Clash Royale.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. And it's by performing on these types of events, these types of tournaments, especially the official ones where, everybody's eyeballs are on these tournaments. So it's very important to perform there, especially for Lucas to be represented by an Oregon. Hopefully, be in the best conditions to play Clash Royale competitively, because it's not easy. It's not easy to do.
Yep, it's not easy at all. I mean, you have to spend hours every day learning these decks and learning the counters to even get close to becoming his level or becoming CRL level. Like most of these players probably have about like 15 different decks they can use.
Exactly. Mastering each decks, each matchups takes years and years, and to be able to compete at this level, there's a level of dedication and a grind that's you got to give them the respect they deserve on this one.
We got round 2 of Group C. We have Nikoko versus Ardan.
Straight away here. Evolution Firecracker. She's back. Everybody's favorite. And at Hog. Wow. Okay.
Hog Rider seems pretty popular in this group so far. Just wondering what Ardan is going for. It's Electro Giant or something like that.
Dying.
It could be Balloon, actually.
1 HP.
What kind of deck is Ardan running?
I think it's Giant.
Balloon.
It's got to be Giant. It's got to be Giant. This is a Giant deck written all over. Giant. You just go for like a Giant Lumberjack Prince, and just things start to get really chaotic.
Getting the ability down for the monk. Here. Quite a bit of damage on the tower there. It's a little bit chip.
Yeah, it's a little bit of chip, but as you place down these monks, it's gonna stack up. And right now here, Nikoko, with a double Hog connection, has almost half of the tower done. So Ardan Toas right now in a tough spot. But again, with those types of decks, it's one push to take the tower down.
He just doesn't have a building, he doesn't got log, he's got nothing really to deal with the Hog Rider. He just has to try and get it down as fast as he possibly can before it connects. Which is hard to do when it's coming down your bridge. Evolution Firecracker does get taken down by the Evolution Zap.
Definitely needed to address that. And beautiful Evolution Iceberg, slowing everybody down. Doesn't look like much is going to be happening there.
Prince gonna charge through.
What
Lumberjack goes down.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
No damage taken. Still has to deal with the Giant though. I think he's just gonna slow it down. Just let Tesla down in the end. That was actually well placed with Tesla. He waited for it. Waited for the fireball to go down.
Wow. What a defense by Nikoko here. By just retargeting the Giant. Tesla last second. Beautiful stuff. But now Ardan Toas, he's like, all right, now I'm gonna put some pressure on you, and hopefully try to get more than 600 damage on the tower.
Oh, coming down left hand tower again. Ardan Toas not really finding a good way to deal with it. Taking more damage on the tower. Fireball coming down in the middle though. That's a double Giant Prince pressure on the right. Is he gonna make it through those Teslas?
Ice Spirit here gonna slow down one Prince, but one Prince kind of sneaks through. He's gonna lock on. Nikoko here.
It's a lot of pressure. Does he get the retarget? Does.
Oof.
He managed to push it forward slightly with that Tesla. His tower would have gone down otherwise.
The types of decks they just require one push, one solid push, and now Ardan Toas is back in the driver's seat. And right now he has Fireball, he has Zap, so 400 HP. That's 2 Fireballs, 2 Zaps, and that's GG's. Ooh.
Don't know if he's gonna. It might be too much pressure for him to throw down the fireballs though. If Nikoko can keep this up on the left. Evolution Firecracker. Skeletons down for defense and Hog Rider coming through now. Earthquake going down at. Yep, just too much pressure now.
Wow. Wow. That was just. Honestly, he just didn't have an answer to that Hog Rider. There was just nothing to really effectively take care of that Hog Rider, and despite having a successful push, it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough here, and Nikoko picking up the first game here against Ardan Toas.
Yep, he just didn't have anything to stop it. He didn't have cannon, didn't have Tesla, didn't have log. Just nothing that could force that Hog Rider back the way. And not enough damage from Lumberjack either to stop it, so it's just a hard matchup for him, I think. He did have a lot of pressure from that double giant push though. I thought he was going to take it at that point, and that Tesla knocking the Prince back, that was really well played. I think if the Prince would have, instead of hitting the Tesla, if it hit the tower, I think it would have taken the tower down. Yeah,
absolutely clean. Just is these micro interactions where you log, you push back the Prince, putting that Tesla to soak up that damage that saved him the tower and saved him the game. So really, really well played here by Nikoko.
I'm just going to go for a quick bathroom break. I'll be back in 2 minutes. So
all right. I'm going to go ahead and take some water right now. But yeah, an absolutely crazy game here. Absolutely crazy. Damn, the Hawk Firecracker is it's just so painful. It is just so painful. Cardash Shala, thank you so much for the raid, bro. Thank you so much. It's really painful to deal against a Hog Firecracker, because the thing is, you counter that Hog Rider with any kind of melee, any kind of building. And if you have a building, they go Earthquake, and if they go for a troop, they go for a Firecracker. So either way, it's like a guaranteed way of getting some damage here. And we are jumping into the second game here. Ardan Toas running the Little Prince, which seems to be, I think that's a minor poison deck here. I think that Ardan Toas here running some sort of minor poison. Nikoko running bait. And honestly, I would much rather be in Ardan Toas' shoes right now here. With the log, with the poison, you're gonna be able to take care of these princesses and hopefully take care of the game. So right now, Knight walking down the lane. Little Prince is going to be damaged, getting ridden by the Dark Goblin here with a little push. You got to take care of it here with these skeletons. Log on the Goblin gang, on the Goblin barrel here. And Ardan Toas, just a little bit of chip damage suffered. Now he throws a minor. Beautifully intercepted here by Nikoko, who has the perfect Tau to get rid of that minor. Ice Spirit Evolution coming down onto that Dark Goblin here, and now, all right, it's pretty even matchup, Motic. Pretty even matchup at the moment.
So like it. They've actually both got fast cycle decks, so I think they're able to kind of deal with that cycle a little bit better than some of the previous matches we've seen.
The
Seen a
Guardian
lot of
here.
heavy decks going to light decks, so double barrel goes down, doesn't really get too much done. Nice defense, get that minor ship damage done, does actually connect to the tower, so he
Yeah.
keeps letting that happen, it's not going to be good.
Oh, beautifully predicted here. That princess at the bridge. Oh, she's still alive though. Ice Spirit here to take care of that. And right now, Nikoko going for another barrel. I think honestly, the thing is, the longer this game goes, I think Nikoko should try some juke barrels, because once your head is in you're locked on, you can easily get bamboozled by a juke barrel.
I think so, but I feel at this level sometimes they just kind of know. Sometimes I think they put it in front, like he put it in front there, but they just know by how it looks where the barrel's going to go. So I think it's just trying to outcycle their spells, outcycle that log, which is really hard to do when you've got insanely fast cycle decks like both these guys do.
Yeah, an insanely fast cycle with a champion. So that makes it even more difficult to outcycle the log here.
Miner coming down that right hand tower again. He's just getting that chip damage done every single time. Double elixir. How fast did that miner come out? That was like a miner a second later after the other miner went down.
Yeah. I mean, once you have that little prince down on the board, you're pretty much like 3 or 4 elixir away from another miner by the cost of your deck. It is pretty ridiculous. And now, right now, the rocket coming down. This is looking like a rocket cycle to finish the game off here by Ardan Toas, recognizing that Nikoko here with the lockbait, he's just not breaking through.
Yeah, he's just not getting through whatsoever. The miner's just causing way too much chip damage. He's just got the cycle volley, he's got the log, he's got... Well, he had a little prince on the left hand side there, so worked out for him.
Right now here, Nikoko building up these princes of these dark goblins, but look at how effective he is taking care of everything. What a beautiful, beautiful defense by Ardan Toas.
Miner coming down again, does block this one though. 20 seconds to go, it might be a little bit too late. Rocket cycle coming down now.
Yeah, I think we're going to be looking at one more rocket to seal the deal. Ardan Toas is going to be taking the second game, coming back in this best of 3. And yeah, it's down to that last game to see who takes the W.
That's really nice control from Ardan Toas there though. The minor pressure was just too much for Nikoko, I think.
Yeah.
He had complete control of that game, I think, all the way through, but he had all the answers to the barrels, so didn't have to overspend to actually get them down either.
Yeah,
so
a very, very clean game. Because usually, I mean, myself, I just start losing track of the goblin barrels, or I just start seeing like 2 or 3 princesses, so I just log them. And then, well, next thing I know, there's a goblin barrel and a juke barrel onto my princess towers, and I'm like, okay, that's going to be a lot of damage.
Yep, for sure. Not the best about Goblin Barrel either, so.
But yeah, they are going to be...
It's a hard card to control, especially if you know the answers.
Yeah, and the thing is, once you get like really into like double, triple elixir, when there's a lot going on, I think the most frustrating feeling is getting juke barreled. Like, you're like, you just know that at any point that your opponent can go for that option, and yeah, never easy. But these pros, as you mentioned before, they kind of, getting juke barreled, like, come on, this ain't ladder, this ain't top ladder, okay?
I don't think
this.
I don't think I can. These guys know where the bat. You can't really bait them. You just have to really outcycle them. How are you supposed to do that when you're only 4 elixir away from your barrel each time?
Yeah, with a champion on the board, it's pretty much impossible. pretty much impossible to outcycle. Alright.
Who have we got up next, though? Or is this? No, we've still got one more game to go, sorry.
This is the last game here. And Lumberjack.
Lumberjack.
Evolution.
Could it be Balloon? I always think when I see Lumberjack, I think it's Balloon, but I've been proved wrong in today's groups.
Balloon, Lumberloon. I haven't seen Lumberloon in a while. And usually when we see Lumberjack, it's with bridge spam or some sort of giant decks. Balloon kind of falling out of the meta.
The only person I've seen use it is Pompeo. I think last group, I think he used Balloon at one point. Got the charge on the tower on the left though. Bit of pressure coming down. I think they're both pretty much running the same deck, just slightly different with spells.
We do have an Evolution Snowball for what seems to be Evolution Lumberjack, maybe?
I think Evolution Snowball, though, is a really strong card right now, especially with Bridge Spam. Because as you're throwing your Battle Ram through, you can just pick everything up and throw it away.
Yep. Oof.
He is running Ram Rider, though. Hasn't got the Battle Ram.
It's got so much HP, it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
I think that's probably going to get nerfed soon. I can see the HP get nerfed in Boss Bandit. It's just, it's way too much. I think it's got more than a Ruin Giant. I don't know if it's the same as a Giant. Royale goes connecting to the tower there, though. The pressure from Nikoko.
Despite a barrel, it's not easy to take care of. Mother Witch coming down, getting one little piggy. Boy, that's just not good.
Boss Bandit charging at the Boss Bandit. Lightning coming down from Nikoko. Getting that pressure off now. Did look a little bit like he was taking some damage at the start there, but it's coming back in this game now. Ram Rider making his way through, and that got a building to stop it.
That is a lot of damage here coming down. Just Evolution Snowball pushing everything back, and Ardan Toas taking a solid step towards the victory here with that Ram Rider. It seems like, I mean, if you take a look at Nikoko's deck, there are no great Ram Rider counters.
No.
Except for
you can say the same about Ardan Toas' deck. He's not got any hard counters. He's got the Snowball, but nothing to really stop the bridge spam either.
You've got the Executioner.
I guess so, but he needs to get the Evolution stage, though.
But you need, exactly.
Here comes the Executioner. Could
right
be an opening for Nikoko.
Yeah, because I would have probably saved it for a bridge spam push here, but hey.
Getting a bit of value out its Lightning as well. Boss Bandit trying to make his way forward. Ram Rider stops it in its place.
It's going to get a dash, though. It's going to get a dash. Ooh. Ram Rider ever so close to the tower, but not yet.
Oh, the heal spinning goes off. I think it's going to get through.
What a beautiful hit spread.
Yeah. I think that Evolution Executioner actually cost him the game.
Wow.
If he didn't put it down that early and just kind of waited with it, could have actually taken that game there. Maybe Nikoko was just waiting for that. That was pretty unfortunate. That was a crazy match.
He saw an opening. He saw an opening and he took it. And that's what makes a great Clash Royale competitive player. You know, you see that opening, you see that mistake, you see that card out of the cycle, and you're like, okay, now he doesn't have Evolution Executioner. Snowball, I mean, I can basically heal up my Battle Ram, and now the opponent doesn't have anything to get rid of my Battle Ram, and it's GG's.
Yeah. That was, really, really well played from him. I just knew it was his only answer, even though the tower HP was that low on the other side. I think he only had 600 left, and it was close with the Ram Rider there, but yeah, As well with the Ram Rider, if you put that at the bridge instead of putting it right next to the boss bandit, I wonder what would have happened. But it's hard to say. I guess that was just like a clutch, kind of like stop damage in my tower from the boss bandit moment.
For sure. For sure. And a clutch heal spirit, kind of just reviving, like completely maxing out the health of that evolution battle ram, who's just gonna pile through, bounce on that princess tower, and take the W.
Yeah, definitely. That heal spirit made a huge difference to the battle ram. You don't see a heal spirit in a lot of decks though, but working well with battle ram.
Take a look here at today's matches. Lucas, Yoru, 1-1. Maybe we're gonna be able to see the third game here from Lucas against Yoru. So it's still 1-1 tied. Let's see. Hopefully we're gonna be able to see that.
I think we're just getting Guriko versus Sosa next. So they're just getting set up at the moment. So that will be our next match, I think. I can tell you the results though from Lucas's match. We're playing right now. I'm playing for about 5 minutes, so spectating, see how it's getting on. Looks like Lucas is behind by 1,000 tower damage, even though you guys can't see it. I think Yoru might have taken it.
Who's currently leading that third game?
I would say Yoru. It's got 1,500 tower damage, and Lucas is on 1,000 at the moment. It's got another hog coming down. I haven't actually got it set up for showing the game. I'll get it set up for tomorrow. Yep, Lucas does lose to Yoru.
Oh wow!
It's at 2-1.
Really? Really? Lucas? Really? If I'm being honest with you, I was expecting Lucas to kind of this group stage to be a formality for such a top tier, third in the World Cup finals.
It was kind of one of those situations again, though, where Yoru was running a Hog Rider cycle deck. Lucas didn't have any real answers for the Hog Rider, and Yoru just kept getting that Hog Rider through. I mean, Lucas was running Mega Knight, but Evolution's Mega Knight's probably the only thing that's stopping that Hog Rider solidly anyway. He was running Mega Knight Prince, so... Right, we're on to the next match though. Guriko versus Sosa.
All right.
Oh, rage from Sosa.
Both players. Yeah,
Could this be
exchanging
bridge
some
spam again?
small spell. Rage. Could that be some sort of bridge spam, or is it a giant? Let's see. There we
Musketeer.
go. There we go. We got the monk here, looking like the RG. I was getting a bit impatient. Like, guys,
It's hard to say still though.
RG
Could be E-Giant. You never know.
Yeah, it could be. Okay, now that's kind of the nail in the coffin here. Evolution Hunter.
I think you could use either card in this deck though, but we'll just see. There are my streams slightly behind yours. Fisherman is down.
Yeah, I'm currently live.
Yeah,
From Ham Rider just placed.
Yeah.
E-Spirit.
I think we're pretty close for the stream. Sometimes there can be delay on one of them though. Oh, RG does come down.
There we go.
You got your wish.
Go. Yeah. And right now, getting what, 3 connections? 2. Wow. Sosa here, struggling struggling. I mean, we take a look at Sosa's deck. Besides the Zappies, and maybe the Goblins, but the opponent does have a Bar Barrel. RG's gonna have a lot of fun time here.
I think he's just going to have to hold on to that Ram Rider to try and slow it down and try and take it down. But like you say, there's no real answer to the Royal Giant. Royal Giant going down the right. Zappies is the way. He's got the Fisherman as well, so he could pull it across, but still going to get loads of shots on this tower.
Still, what a beautiful fireball for those Zappies. Wow. And right now, Evolution Hunter getting destroyed. What a beautiful Evolution Musketeer to get rid of probably the biggest threat to the push. Wow.
Evolution Musketeer still up. Taken up with the Hunter though.
Oh, a beautiful
Zappies down though, so he's not really got much to stop the RG now. Slow it down at least.
Going RG opposite lane right now. Oh, okay.
Double Fisherman.
Boom, we had those goblins.
There's a lot of pressures though. From Sosa, Ram Rider on the left. It's making its way through. There's no way to stop that charge. It's quite a bit of damage. Does catch up on damage now. Counter push at the right.
No RG.
RG is down. Straight into those Zappies though. Bar Barrel blocking the Zappies. RG still making its way forward. Pulls it into the tower. So it's definitely going to get shots off now.
Wow, what a... That Fisherman really backfired because you're pulling straight away that RG and he's going to get some chip right now. Fireball, not enough elixir though, but...
Oh, takes a shot on the tower, not good. I think that's pretty much taken it. Guriko just needs to spell cycle and defend now. Evolution, Mega Knight. Monk's going to be able to block this, I think.
Ooh, splashing onto the Hunter though. No, I don't think.
Oh, the Ram Rider is coming down.
You gotta hook the Ram Rider. There we go. There we go. King Tower helping out a lot, and that is going to be first game going for Mr. Guriko with a beautiful RG. You gotta look for me. These players right now, they're sleeping on the best deck in the game. You know, like arguably, it's I think Guriko here made the right move to be like, all right, you know what? It may be the obvious choice to go for that RG, but I'm gonna use it anyways. I'm gonna use it anyways.
I mean, RG's definitely a really good card, so one of the top performing cards, I think, even on ladder. You see at the top all the time.
Yeah, it is absolutely dominated. Absolutely dominating. And in a way, RG is single-handedly reviving the Monk, you know? Because you don't see... I don't see Monk being played... Maybe you could say maybe some Balloon decks, but even then, like... You want to play the Monk in front of that RG, deflect anything coming through, rage up that RG, and it's just... it's GG's. It's GG's.
Yep, especially if you pull it into the tower with the Fisherman.
Yeah.
That's always could be a problem.
Yeah. It's just a lot of ways to basically get rid of any counter to the RG. You can kind of pull it, you can fireball it, we've seen it with the Zappies. And yeah, that's basically tower.
I think you need definitely like a solid building to stop that RG. There's no other way of really taking it down. Or stopping it from taking your tower down.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Actually gonna go grab my charger. My phone's going dead, so 1 second.
Alright. Alright. Pop. Hopefully, you know, I mean, to be honest, I am expecting a lot more from Lucas. I've said it, and now hopefully in the next couple of games he'll be able to bounce back. But now we're Guriko, Sosa, game number 2. And right now, Boss Bandit, Mega Knight. So both players rocking the Boss Bandit here. Probably, arguably one of the strongest cards in the game right now. So you're gonna see it. You're gonna see it a lot. And
I would say so. That Boss Bandit is it's one of the, it's hard to stop. It's like, unless you have Swarm in your deck, like what can you do?
Because the thing is, even if you try to counter it, it dips away. It dips back, and it's like a new push. And you're like, bro, please, get me a break. Catch me. I need a break. Beautifully taking care of these goblins here is the Boss Bandits. And all right.
Evolution Wizard from Sosa, though.
Yeah.
Sosa's just
I
playing
was gonna say
completely different cards. Everyone else.
in a way, if I'm trying to understand kind of where Sosa's coming from, with that Evolution Wizard, you've got that knockback who's going to be pretty strong against the Boss Bandits. You know, she dashes on there, boop, she gets booped away, which buys you a lot of time. So that's, you know, kind of Sosa kind of understanding that, okay, Boss Bandits is it's pretty painful to deal with when you try to go for Evolution Wizard.
It's gonna get through this Mega Knight though. Wizard doing a lot of damage to it. Boss Bandit's somehow still alive.
Wizard's still alive.
Through. It is.
Pretty healthy.
Tanking for...
Pretty healthy.
Tanking for that Goblin Drill as well. Getting quite a few stabs in there.
Wow. Oh, but the right side. So's
Too
out
much
here. I think
damage.
he's in trouble. Looking at
He
his
is.
face, he's out of elixir, out of options. Wow. Wow. I think there was some... I think Sosa here overcommitting on offense and just realizing that there was just nothing he could have done with that double lane pressure. Guriko here. Beautiful.
definitely.
Beautiful game.
I think that is kind of a problem. I think he did overcommit. I mean, even just putting the Wizard down, those minions managed to get through. He didn't really have an answer for those minions afterwards, so not enough elixir.
I've seen someone in your chat say, so there's no official Clash Royale stream. This is the official stream. Yes, this is the...
I think it is. I mean, I didn't know it was the official stream, but it looks like it could be.
Yes,
I thought the
we are.
official stream was going to be streamed as well on esports channel and Twitch as well.
I think it would probably be either the finals, because right now this is the groups, the warm-up group stages.
Yeah.
So I think we might see the on the official channel, or maybe, you know, Clash Royale, they're kind of just, you know, restarting the new the Clash Royale League season with a chill tournament.
No, definitely. This is just
But either
a chill
way-
tournament at the moment. It's just warm-ups to
either way,
CRL.
We're
Wonder
here
when
to cast,
CRL 's
baby.
gonna be starting. Well, CRL will be starting probably, hopefully, in a couple months maybe after this.
I mean, ideally, hope. I mean, we are May, so
We are, yeah.
don't want to rush things. I understand, you know, but we are, you know, closing in on the first half of the year, so we want to have beautiful monthly finals, giving chances to everyone to shine through. That's we're gonna have to be a bit quicker, you know. But either way, these players, no matter what, these players are going to grind and fight for every golden ticket, every opportunity to reach the World Finals and get a chance at the big prize.
Yep. Finals is pretty crazy prize. Was it last year? I can't remember how much was last year actually. But we have Guriko. He's in first. Well, 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Change this over. Let's have a look at the leaderboards. Guriko first place. Ardan Toas second, and Lucas third.
Yeah. Guriko here taking a beautiful option here in the Group C. hopefully, there are 5 matches, so nothing is set in stone yet. But Lucas here, he needs to make sure he gets to top 2, or even first place, because the thing is, depending on your final ranking, you're gonna be matched up with a difficult opponent in the final brackets. Because if you're second place, you're gonna be matched up against a player who's been first placed in other groups. And if correct me if I'm wrong, but that's got to be, what is it, Mo and Riley for the Group A, Group B, first place.
Yeah, I think, yep, definitely. It's going to be some hard matches to
So
come against them.
So it's kind of, in a way, man, group, you really, really, if you're a top tier player like Lucas, it's first place. First place is going to allow you to kind of at least have the first game, first best of 5 in the brackets. That's going to be pretty attainable, achievable, because if you're at first step into the bracket is against Mo Light, woof.
Yeah, it's not looking good.
That's going to be tough.
Yeah. I would not like to see that name as the first person I come against in the next.
Yeah, I would be like, you know what, guys, I'll just go in the losers bracket.
Yeah. Just activate the King's Tower and swipe up.
All right, here, Lucas rocking Evolution Wallbreaker, Evolution Bats. We are, what is? Oh, is that like minor Magic Archer? No, I'm not sure. You got it. Yeah, okay.
Minor Cycle from Lucas. Yeah. Their Minor Cycle Wallbreaker deck. These decks have actually performed pretty well so far in the warm-ups.
Yeah.
Just because the pure cycle and the defense with the Tesla. Maybe a Tesla needs a nerf.
The thing is, anytime there's a strong card, whatever it is, you're gonna find it in a Minor Cycle deck.
Yeah.
It's
why
like
everyone
it's an
wants
automatic.
Minor
Okay,
nerfed.
Little Prince was OP. Let's put him in a minor deck. Boss Man's OP. Let's put him in minor deck. Anytime, it's kind of the go-to. Like, all right, I'll just abuse this card even more in a Minor Cycle deck. And on top of that, the new broken card is a champion, meaning you can cycle really, really quickly those minors and chip away really, really easily at your opponent's tower.
Guriko with strong push coming up the right hand side has the Royal Giant going down.
Yeah, and for those of you not like thinking, RG's only played at the bridge. The reasoning behind this RG at the back is you play it so that you either have enough to build a push in single elixir, like what was done here, or you're going to be able to split lane push. Meaning you go for an evolved RG on one side, and then once it crosses the bridge, you go on the other side with another RG, and your opponent's like, what am I supposed to do here?
I think there was a couple CRLs ago, literally that's what was always played all the time, was double RG at the back. Because you had enough elixir and cycle to be able to get through to the RG. So you'd always have double RGs by the time the other one got to the front of the bridge. It's exactly. Like a really hard push to stop. Split lane
Not gonna
pressure.
Connect, though. Not
this time.
But yeah, that seems like the game plan to follow. Because the thing is, if you're Lucas here and you've only got one Tesla, what is that one Tesla going to do against 2 RGs? Against one RG, it's already pretty difficult. But against 2, it's like, okay, you're asking, wait, this is above my pay grade.
Yep. But normally they have enough cycles to get 2 out, so you've got 2 RGs, I'm assuming there's going to be 2 Teslas.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, Guriko still getting that chip damage right hand tower. Lucas looking for a way to get through. Here we go. Evolution Wall Breakers on left. Hunter goes down. Breakers do get a little bit of damage on the tower. Don't think it's what Lucas was looking for, though.
Yeah, Lucas was like, okay, you're going to go RG at the back. I'm going to go into pressure opposite lane. but just did not break through. And right now the Monk deflecting that Princess Tower. The RG still has a lot of health. Another RG comes down, and now things are not looking great for Lucas.
Still pressure coming up left-hand lane. Skeletons dealing with it, so good trade from Guriko. Yeah.
Clean defense.
Only 30 seconds left in the game. Wall breakers go down again, but they get stopped right at the bridge.
Yeah.
Don't know if Lucas is going to be able to cycle this down in time. He's got 20 seconds. He needs to get quite a few miners out to get damage on their hunter going at the back.
What a beautiful hunter to intercept the miner here. And the thing is now, you can't even place down a miner because the hunter is going to catch him in his net. The skeletons to catch the miner again. A beautiful, beautiful way to defend the tower here by Guriko, who is going to take first game in this best of 3. What a beautiful miner defense.
Yeah, it's a really good control from Guriko. He did have quite a good cycle deck, so dealing with wall breakers wasn't as bad, I think. Really nice defense. I don't think he allowed even one miner to get any real damage off in the tower. That hunter was down every single time.
For sure. For sure. That hunter was just not... It was just enough to take care of the miner and to take care of pretty much everything.
Yep, pretty much. I think it almost like one shot, well, it literally did one shot wall breakers rushing towards the tower as well. So
yeah,
that hunter did really well.
And right now, we are one game away from Lucas's second loss. So that could be pretty detrimental to the first place spot here for Lucas. And Guriko really taking a, kind of leading this group pretty handsomely with what is looking like a third win in a row.
Yeah, Guriko's looking really solid. I think even at this point he's almost first place, and with 2 more rounds to go.
Yeah.
I mean, he would have.
Sure.
I think he would have to 0 and 2 the next 2 rounds to come down a bit. But looking really strong so far. I mean, he's been solid. There's all his plays, all his defense. No real struggle there.
Yeah, Guriko, a little fun fact, he participated in the previous World Finals and got 7th, 8th place. So he's not unknown. He is here to assert dominance and coming up here with a pump at the straight up.
Is this going to be 3 Musketeers? Is it going to be bridge spam? It's hard to say. I would like to see 3 Musketeers, but
I've actually played I like to experiment with things on grand challenges, and I'm pretty sure Guriko is running an Archer Queen Battle Ram deck where you place down the pump, and if they go for a big spell on that, then you can have a lot of value with that Archer Queen. So could
be that deck. I think I saw that in the past couple groups, maybe that similar deck. I'm just kind of hoping it's 3 Musketeers. I used to play 3 Musketeers all the time, so got 12 wins in grand challenges all the time with 3 Musketeers back in the day.
3 Musketeers is a pretty dead card, to be honest.
It is, yeah.
It's a pretty for 9 elixir. It may need some sort of rework or something, because it's just not in modern Clash Royale. It just doesn't work too well.
Well, we'll have to see if its evolution is ever going to come out. I'd be curious to know what they're going to do with that.
Evolution 3 Musketeers. Wow.
Yeah.
They're already working on it. You know that. But all right now here, Guriko having a crazy elixir advantage here.
I don't think Lucas has any spells to deal with it, though. We don't see any big spells. He might have lightning, but no real big spells.
If he had a big spell, he would have used it on at least 1 pump.
Yeah.
So, right now...
I'd say so.
I don't even know. His last card is Monk. Yeah, exactly. I was like, he doesn't even have a big spell.
Yeah.
There we go.
It's not going to be an easy...
And that is going to be For me here, Guriko here, it's just pump. Just keep on pumping, dude. That's the game plan. Pump, 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 and hopefully you'll be able to make such a massive push that your opponent's going to be pretty much done so.
That's a lot of pressure right now, but Lucas is doing a good job of clearing it up. That Hunter, but a lot of Evolution Barbarians on the left. Battle Ram comes through, straight into Monk. Doesn't get through either. Well played, Lucas.
Pump again, Mr. Guriko. That's your game plan, dude.
He's
Your
just
opponent is
so far ahead in Elixir.
For me, this is... If Lucas manages to pick up a W there...
Well, he kind of... I would say Lucas has the counters to the bridge spam, so it's possible. Getting good trades off here.
Yeah, but you may have all the counters in the world. If you have infinite Elixir, it's like, well...
Yeah. Oh, there we go. I think this is going to be it. This might be too much pressure on the left. Battle Ram making his way through. Hunter is there, though. Oh, that Hunter does a good job clearing it up. Again. Hunter's the real value here. Oh, right hand side as well. Too much pressure, I think.
We may have a window here, but...
Nope, not straight into barbs.
Straight into Evolution Barbarians, and nothing is going to break through. Guards, Hunter trying to break through.
Straight into the counter push as well. This is going to be it. Maybe not, actually. Clears it up in the end.
Wow.
Look at the Elixir bar, though.
There. Yeah. Hanging in there for sure.
He just can't get through those barbs, though. He's got no spell for them. He's got the Hunter.
He's got no spell.
How is he supposed to get that through?
That is so annoying against the barbs, against the Archer Queen, and most importantly, against the Elixir Pump. If you don't have a big spell, that's a free 2-3 Elixir advantage you're getting. You're stacking up. But right now, Guriko, out of pumps. He's out of pumps, but he does have a huge damage lead on both Lucas's tower.
Don't know how Lucas is going to get through here. He would need to pop 2 Royal Giants right now to even get through, I think. Too much in an Elixir advantage still.
Yeah, arrows are going to be coming down soon. And Guriko going to take the W here. And honestly, almost sealed first place. Like, this is... He's beaten pretty much everyone in his path, including the top dogs like Lucas. So Guriko taking a solid option into the final brackets. So really, really impressive stuff here from the Japanese player.
Yeah, that was literally 2-0 in a row twice. 2-0 to Sosa.
Yeah.
And 2-0 against Lucas as well. He's only dropped 1 match so far against Yoru.
Yeah. For sure, for sure.
I think Yoru's actually looking pretty good as well. I mean, he beat Lucas as well. Yoru only lost to Guriko, so he could be second place here.
Yeah. For sure. For sure. So really, really impressive from Guriko in this group stages. And Lucas here not catching a break. And hopefully he manages to get, at least top 2. I think maybe top 3. Top 3. I think you got to be amongst the best third place to go through the brackets.
Yeah, for sure
I'm not sure.
He could be top 3. I think it's between maybe Lucas and Ardan Toas and Toas. Ardan Toas. I think it's between them two for third place, but Guriko and Yoru for first and second.
Yeah. For sure.
What coming up next is above that. Check how they're getting on.
Yoru against Ardan Toas. Nikoko just lost 2 sets here against Sosa. So we should be looking at Yoru versus Ardan Toas here.
I'm always scared of pressing battle there, so I'm just going to close my phone. I've done that once before in a professional match where I was casting it and I accidentally pressed battle. And
Oh.
I don't think anyone was happy. So I was literally just like
Oh, and
swiping up a bit.
were you spectating in game?
Yeah, in game, yeah. So,
oh wow.
So then obviously I revealed the player's deck and there was a whole thing, but yeah. That's
Wow.
But that was quite a while ago. It was obviously an accident, but it's obviously not good to reveal a player's deck, so.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. All right. Ardan Toas against Yoru. And Ardan Toas running minor evolution bats. All right. And Yoru looking like some sort of bridge spam. Some sort of bridge spam here against Cannoneer.
Yeah, I think that Cannoneer is going to, again, help him out against the bridge spam. Especially with a lot of single target units. Yoru is running cards, though. I think he's looking to try and counter the boss bandit, but there's no boss bandit in Ardan Toas's deck. I think it's going to be Mortar. Looking at Evolution Mortar.
It is definitely looking like an Evolution Mortar. Maybe, I think usually they run a cannon card. I was gonna say maybe Ice Wizard here, but it's gonna be a beautiful cannon card coming down the lane, and now he's gonna be able to set up for a mortar. There we go.
Mortar come out the right hand side. Executioner is dealing well with it. This is the new cannon card as well, so it doesn't have a shield anymore.
Cannon card. That's right. That's right. I was like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
What is going on?
Took a second for me as well, and I was like, yeah, they got changed recently. Or a nerf, supposedly, but yeah. It can take, obviously, a big hit with the shield from like a rocket or something, for example. But with this, it goes over now, so not as strong as it used to be before, even though it has 5% more HP.
For sure. All right, Skeleton King at the back taking those souls, and let's see if he's going to be able to make a push out of this.
Split lane pressure, got the mortar going down the right. Evolution Executioner's there to defend though. Places his cannon cart a bit better this time though, so doesn't get the Executioner at the same time. Targeted by the Executioner.
Yeah.
Miner going chipping in the back again.
He was definitely expecting that Executioner at that exact spot. So let me just place my cannon car a little bit on the left, take care of that Executioner, and hopefully make a small push right there. So Ardan Toas kind of switching up a little bit of his plays, and Evolution Mortar first of the game.
Ram Rider clearing it up though, pretty healthy still. Does get a connection off. I think it's going to be the difference with miners again, though. I think Ardan Toas, if he gets that miner in every time in the right-hand tower,
the Goblin Gang
could be it.
Got a lot of damage. Spear Goblins.
I'm actually surprised we haven't seen as much Goblin Huts. We've only seen it played from Lucas so far. Ram Rider gets through, so gets the connection.
Snowball right there.
Yep, it's a lot of damage.
Snowball right there.
Just brought it straight back.
Ooh, no, that's just not going to be enough against the Evolution Executioner.
I don't think anything's enough against the Evolution Executioner in defense. Such a strong card. Oh, Lightning going down. Ram Rider getting through. Oh, that's game.
Ooh, that's a big that's a big axe right there. And Yoru going to take the first game against Ardan Toas here. A beautiful Executioner. Ram Rider Lightning deck to absolutely bamboozle this Cannoneer Mortar deck from Ardan Toas.
Snowball going down, Ram Rider getting through. Yoru taking the first game.
All right.
Players set up.
Group stages. Currently Group C. Tomorrow will be Group D. And then the Phase 3, which will be a double elimination bracket next week. So looking forward to that. And yeah, players kind of taking, by finishing first, second, third, you're really conditioning who you're going to get matched up against. And if you can avoid one of the big dogs right now, then it's definitely something you want to do.
For the next match starting momentarily. Say that word.
Sounds good.
Yoru versus Ardan Toas. Should start in a second. Lucas played Dark Goblin twice in the round one. I'm not too sure. I think they would have picked that up. Each set you get to play different. Each set you reset with the deck, so might just be in a different game.
You definitely don't want to you don't want to forfeit a game because you've accidentally used the same card twice.
I think it's automatic forfeit if you do that as well. Like if you use another card.
I mean, it is the warm-ups, but like there's a limit to warming up,
Yeah, we got the rules. Come on. We have rules.
All right.
RG coming out for Yoru though, right hand side.
Evolution Hunter, Monk. What is it? Gonna be like a Fireball, East Spirit Skeletons. Yeah. The good old.
It's gonna be hard though. Again, it's one of these kind of like decks where Yoru does not have a building. He's got the Hunter, but he hasn't really got full answers for this Hog Rider. So Ardan Toas could probably just get it through every single time. He has the Tesla for the RG, so Tesla's going to be do well against that as well.
For sure. For sure. For sure, that Hog Rider is going to have a good time.
Oh, yes.
If you are Yoru, you just want to have that Evolution Hunter. Every time there's a Hog Rider, you got to meet him with an Evolution Hunter or an Evolved Hunter to hopefully take care of that Hog. And on top of that, you got to worry about that Firecracker.
Yep. You actually use the Fireball and the Firecracker as well, so I think you need to use it in the Tesla Tower, maybe to get damage done to the Royal Giant. Activation of the King's Tower though. It's good on Yoru's side.
Yeah, long term that is going to be really, really helpful to be able to pull that Hog in the middle. And right now, Evolution Hunter just catching that stuff in it and just removing it from the game.
Yep, that's one way to deal with it, I guess.
Yeah.
Let's make it so it can't do nothing. And it's a big push coming through. Monk is tanking everything.
Is popped. Log? Oh.
This is going to be a struggle.
Log was going to get slapped back here. Double Fisher.
Oh, Fireball, miss. I think he was trying to hit the Firecracker that never appeared. Quite a bit of damage done there. Hog Rider come down left, straight into the Hunter though. Does deal with it.
Oh,
but the swing gets done.
What a beautiful set of skeletons. What a beautiful set of skeletons. Distracting the boss bandit on the left and the evolved Firecracker on the right. Wow.
Trying to build up the RPG push again. Hog Rider goes down. Again, straight into the Hunter.
They kind of know the drill. Evolution RG at the back. Hopefully to play another one on the right. And yeah, hopefully break through.
Tesla going down.
Second Tesla.
Fireball going down on the Tesla this time. I don't think RG's going to get anything done though. Boss Bandit deals with it. RG again. Some fast cycle. Hog Rider coming down though.
Ooh, those skeletons. All those skeletons are going to distract the fisherman.
That was a crazy skeletons, to be honest with you. That allowed the Hog Rider to get so many strings through. Yep, that's a good trick.
I've been there. I've been on those. You know, you're kind of tempted to use that fisherman because it's probably one of the best cards for the Hog Rider, but
RG though, I thought that was getting a full connection off. Manages to log it back. Double RGs at the bridge. Too much pressure coming forward.
Another Tesla.
Hog Rider down the right though.
Oh,
does get the log on the ice. Electro Spirit this time. Looks like that's game. Well played. That was close. That pressure, honestly, with the double Royal Giant on the left. I thought that was it. Ardan Toas's usage of the Tesla was pretty good.
That's the game plan right there. Double RGs. And the thing is, we've seen it. Players expect to face the double RG. But it's like, what can you do? What can you do?
Yeah, I just don't think it's easy to deal with. But yeah, Ardan Toas has managed to deal with it pretty well that match.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. But you mentioned, Goblin Hut. I don't know. Because the thing is, if your opponent doesn't have a spell, some of those decks didn't have a big spell. So I think Goblin Hut could do really, really well.
Yeah, definitely. It's really hard to get through that. Plus the counter pusher with it as well. You're forced to use a small spell or something on the counter push. So
yeah,
just waste even more elixir on it. So you've already got like 5 elixir, 6 elixir, depending on the tank. And then on top of that, you've got to spend another 2-3 elixir just to take it down.
Yeah.
I've only seen it once though. And that was from Lucas, so pretty surprised at that. It looked like it did so well in that match as well, but it might have just been that matchup. He was running like, was that in a giant prince or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
When the game was actually happening. Just waiting for the players. They get 2 minutes in between each match to sort their decks, etc. So shouldn't be too much longer.
Yeah, to kind of just take a look at what's been played and pick the best option. Because honestly, half of the battle is won at the deck selection screen. It's having the right matchup, the right understanding of what's been played, which cards have been played, which cards haven't been played. All right, I'm going to use that to hopefully get the best of this second game.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, a lot of the players have coaches who pick decks for them. They've just got to focus on being able to play them. So there seems to be like 4 or 5 decks everyone's playing right now, though. RG, Logbait, and Mortar, and Hog Rider.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Arrows on a Fire Spirit. Ooh. Archers.
Yep, got the Evolution Archers in his
deck.
deck.
Okay, wow. We asked for novelty and we got it. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful.
It's going to spawn so much goblins. Look at that. I mean, all in all, it can spawn, what, like 15, 16 goblins? If something's standing there long enough?
I think so. If nobody damages it, poof.
Oh, there we go, though. Mortar coming out from Yoru, trying to get some pressure on. Guards are going to bait it away. Dark Goblin's probably going to clean it up. Arrows down. That's a nice bait with the arrows, but does have the Goblin Gang to clear the barrel up.
He was a little bit too aggressive with those arrows because you're going up against bait. Using arrows on a Dark Goblin. Gotta be aware that as soon as you do that, boom, Goblin barrels get through.
I didn't have it on the caster's screen. I didn't have it on our screen, so I think for the last 2 minutes, no one's seen any gameplay.
Oh,
that was my bad. Right, so we have the Goblin Hut is in the middle again. See how much goblins it spawns out this time. Archers get a little bit of damage on it though.
Mortar here gonna be able to clean up that Goblin Hut. Oh, it actually still spawns 1 goblin.
Yeah.
At the end, okay.
Mighty Miner coming down at the back now. Just wondering how he's going to pressure here. Going to see probably another battle coming out soon. Which tower though?
Ooh, Fire Spirit does splash.
I think he's going to go offset lane pressure here.
Blocked.
Oh, maybe not. It's a huge push coming out. Cannon Cart's going to be able to defend that Mortar. Dark Goblin going down. Evolution. Don't think it's going to be too much of a problem to clear up. Those archers are
Beautiful
down
archers
though.
here.
Mini magic archers. Mortar to the right again. Big push coming forward. I think he might actually get a connection off with the left to the cannon cart. There's not enough damage there yet. Does that take down the shield?
That's a lot of skeletons right there.
Making his way through. Oh. Cannon cart didn't get there in time.
One skeleton dealing some ridiculous damage on the crown tower here. And on the right as well, Mortar taking the tower below 1000 HP. Yoru taking a huge lead here.
That was double mortars on the field though.
Pressure.
I've never seen split lane pressure with a mortar before, but Yoru's doing it. With 2 mortars anyway. Skeleton King down the left. Don't think he's going to be able to get through here. Nice defense with the miner. A little bit more chip damage on the right.
Locks on. That's a lot of damage. That's more damage than you can really afford here. One hit is probably what, 200, 300 damage from the evolution archer. That's just not something you can afford. And it just seems like Ardan Toas just can't.
That was pretty much just a free goblin hat, I think.
Wow.
So, yeah, a couple stabs.
Wow.
That's it. Yoru taking the first game.
Evolution mortar locking on. Beautiful.
It didn't get value through the goblin hat that time because obviously everything was mortar related. So
yeah,
everything was on the other side.
Exactly. And in a way, that rework is kind of just showing that in certain matchups, in certain decks, Goblin Hut's going to get a lot of value, and in others, it's just going to be a sitting duck, a building that's just going to stand there. And yeah, that's
probably better against like a lot of beatdown decks, E-giant decks, giant decks, golems,
I think
stuff
it gets
like that.
beat down with like lightning, with some sort of beat down lightning, beat down with a big spell. Goblin Hut is going to be a beautiful, beautiful defensive building to play. But it's very refreshing. It is very refreshing to see a new sort of play style with a card we are all familiar with.
Definitely, Goblin Hut's been there for such a long time.
Yeah, and how that Goblin Hut is going to be able to kind of evolve in modern Clash Royale. It's going to be very, very interesting, and looking forward to see what these players come up with, which decks, which combos to get the most out of that Goblin Hut.
Yeah, it's definitely matchup dependent, so it's hard to use that card sometimes, but I like the way they've changed it though. It's really change. It's just like I just don't think they want kind of like a lot of swarm kind of building based decks, but change it into something completely different.
Yeah, because it's a pretty passive way of playing Clash Royale. Way of playing Clash Royale, and that's Clash Royale is all about that back and forth, that trading, aggressiveness, and regular traditional spawners just didn't fit in that. So I'm glad they've tuned that in here. We're currently looking at the leaderboard, and Guriko alone at the top here. 3 victories, 0 losses, and sitting on top. And Lucas right now, top 4. Top 4 at the moment.
I mean, it's been a hard group though. Guriko and Yoru have been playing pretty solidly all the way through. Same with Ardan Toas, so it's just a hard match, I think, for him. And he had a few counters there as well, so against him. So I think it's just situational sometimes when it comes to that type of stuff. For sure.
But hopefully, I am secretly hoping Lucas will bounce back for sure.
I think he would need to win this next set to even become third. And
I mean, right now
it's
pretty much do or die for sure. It's pretty much do or die here at this point.
Well, I guess if he takes the next 2 rounds, he could kind of go up to third, maybe potentially second, but all depends. Next we have Lucas versus Sosa coming up next, though.
That's right. That's right. Let's see. Lucas here. Let's see what he's going to be cooking with. Kind of taking a look at what has been played, and are we maybe he's going to bring back the Goblin Hut? Maybe. No, I think got to try something new. Got to try something new.
Well, he could. I mean, he could take that Goblin Hut out. Sosa has been running some a bit more kind of heavier, tankier decks, I guess. So the Goblin Cut could work against him.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I would say Sosa has probably played the most unusual decks, potentially, so we'll see what he comes away with this time against Lucas. Here we go. Next match, Lucas versus Sosa. Electro Spirit. Coming out for Sosa, Log for Lucas. Not really able to figure out the decks. We got Magic Archer again from Sosa, though. I mean, Wizard, sorry. Yeah. Don't know why I called him Magic Archer. I mean, Wizard Magic Archer.
It may be the hood, but
it probably
right
is.
Now here, Wizard coming back. It is very, very interesting how, one of the upsides of these evolutions. A lot of people criticize evolutions, but it is able to bring back cards like the Wizard, which was nowhere to be seen, especially on the competitive scene. So it's seeing the Wizard kind of just. Yeah.
I don't think I think the same until that evolution came along. Wizard was literally nowhere to be seen in the competitive scene.
So in a way,
came along anyway.
Beautiful King Terra animation here. But yeah, it's good to see those some OG cards getting some love, like the Witch, like the Wizard, and hopefully. Not too broken, hopefully. Right now, for those of you wondering, Witch is currently banned. Evolution Witch is banned. So players are not able to pick her. But right now, we're going to see a beautiful display of the Goblin Hut, both tanking really well and dealing some massive damage against the Archie. Yep.
Pressure still coming out from Sosa, though. I think he's just using kind of odd cards as well. It kind of throws his opponent off. I mean, if I saw a Wizard and I never play against it, it'd be pretty hard to deal with.
Yeah, because it's just out of your routine. You're kind of like, okay, I'm not used to playing that. I'm used to playing a certain types of cards with certain types of interactions.
Yeah,
that's just not the case with the Wizard. Look at that RG getting deleted.
Double HUDs down though. Rage just in time as well, so those goblins just got taken down straight away. Lumberjack's there as well still. Couple of chips on the tower.
Oh, that's like 600 damage right there. Wow.
That's a lot of damage.
That ghost. That's a lot of damage for sure. Wizard coming in for that boss bandit. You will be protected by the guards. Hog Rider
I think we're going to see a lot more Hog Riders now though.
Yeah.
This is double elixir. RG coming down. Log going down as well. Fisherman is still there.
The Lumberjack on the left.
Oh, I did actually see that. That's a lot of damage from Lumberjack.
So basically, Sosa went Lumberjack at the bridge on the right, and Lucas mistimed his skeletons, which did not pick up the Lumberjack, and he ended up doing like 1,500 damage by himself, which is ridiculous. Wow.
Hog trying to get through, but Fisherman stopping it. Yeah, it's not looking good for Lucas at the moment. Log going down the right. Lumberjack coming down again. That Lumberjack just sneaks in with X Ghost though. You just don't notice it sometimes, I think.
Oh, that Wizard getting that splash.
It's a big push. Don't know if he's going to be able to stop this one.
Oh, the Lumberjack gets rid of the Ice Spirit, and RG gets a connection. Wow.
Has he got enough spell damage to take this down? I think he's just going to cycle through for spell damage now.
Lumberjack is currently the MVP. Miles ahead. And right now, 24 HP left for Lucas's tower. That's going to be GG's. Game 1. And Sosa here sneaking his way with a Lumberjack Rage push that kind of just caught Lucas off guard.
Yeah, I just don't think he didn't see the lumberjack in the right and just went straight to his tower. Hard to stop that.
Because the thing is, what's really interesting about this push is that he went for a lumberjack and he also raged the lumberjack before dying, which is something that you never see. And yeah, really beautiful play here by Sosa, who kind of just throws off just out of the, because you can get into a natural rhythm when you're playing Clash Royale, but once your opponent just throws this weird combo, this weird lumberjack at the bridge, you're like, what? I'm confused.
Yeah. Having the double rage as well helps a lot, keeping that alive for a bit longer. The fact that you can't even do anything to the ghost, I think, is the problem, really. I mean, they did nerf it. It was a lot stronger before. I remember it used to like leave the rage and then still carry on for quite a bit longer, but now it's just almost
originally it was so disgusting, especially in 2v2s, because you could actually infinitely rage the lumberjack ghost without ever being able to actually take care of it. Yeah. So that was kind of the the good old, not necessarily the good old days, but the people definitely exploited this lumberjack. But now we're back in game number 2, and Lucas, honestly here, this is a must-win game. The second and the third game of this best of 3 are must-wins if he wants to remain in this Clash Royale warm-ups.
Yep, definitely has to take this down. Sosa coming out with a miner deck. Not entirely sure what Lucas is going for so far. Mighty Miner goes down though. There goes the mortar. Opposite lane pressure. Is he going to run the miner over to the other side?
I'm thinking here Lucas might be running some sort of drill. This is definitely looking like a drill deck here for Lucas. Yep, who's going to have that evolution snowball to knock back anything here.
Yeah, I don't think the evolution snowball is going to do too much, depending what else he has.
Beautiful guards here to
going
catch
down.
That miner.
Yep, that's still going to get some chip damage done though.
Beautiful miner. Beautiful.
There we go. There's the Goblin Drill.
There we go. Goblin
Does
Drill
that Skeleton King
though. Here.
Skeleton
a beautiful
King
counter.
Defend it. Yep, that's just such a hard counter to that.
Alright, here we have a Mighty Miner that's going to be taking care of that Skeleton King. And yeah, these are pretty even matchups here. We have a mortar on one side, a drill on the other. It's going to be able to spam drills on the tower. And right now it seems like the best option. Yeah, and the best option seems to be a simple miner bats push.
Yeah, for sure. You have a little push coming down the left hand side. Don't think it's going to get through with that mighty miner there.
Bars to intercept both the miner and the Goblin King. Beautiful snowball onto the Skeleton King and its skeletons. And the ability going to be popped to get rid of those bats. Things are looking pretty tough for Lucas again, because the thing is, every time you drill, you're going to be welcomed by a Skeleton King. And that Skeleton King, it splashes, and it gets rid of that Goblin Drill really easily.
Yeah, he's just struggling to outcycle is the problem.
Now it's out of hand. And now we're going to get a lot of damage here on the drill with the Evolution Snowball. Not even, actually. Not even.
So it's again a bit more damage on the left. Mortar coming up the right.
The mortar misplaced. No, Sosa, one tile away, been there.
Oh, is it? Oh, no. Yeah, I've done that so many times.
A difficult pill to swallow for sure. But honestly, not the end of the world. Not the end of the world. It just removes that offensive threat, but it's still great on defense. Yep.
Left hand side taking a bit of pressure, clearing it up though. Mortar going down again. In the right place this time, though. Lucas looking to get a little bit of damage on the left. Gets the poison off, gets a little bit of value there.
Yeah. Hopefully that mortar, evolution mortar misplacement doesn't end up catching up to him. And Skeleton King at the back. Going for one more push. And on both lanes. Okay.
Yep, split lane pressure. Mortar does not lock on, I don't think. Nope. Bats making their way forward, though. Those are evolution bats as well. Yep.
Oh, what a
nice
beautiful
evolution
cannon. Wow.
I'm surprised we haven't actually seen more of evolution cannon. It was in the past couple of groups we saw a lot of it. It's just an insane defensive card. Fireball going down. Nice placement with the fireball. Miner not getting on the tower, though. Drill on the left. Could still be anyone's game. Lucas catches up on the left hand side. Fireball goes down. Lucas needs to get some damage off here. Don't think this drill's going to be enough, though. Sosa takes
the
it
minor
2-0.
bats. The minor bats was the combo that really just Lucas was just helpless. He was just every time he would defend the minor bats, Miner would be placed behind that crown tower, and that meant the bats could just easily go for that crown and chip away, and at the end take the W here. Lucas suffering his second 2-0 loss in a row, and that is probably going to seal the deal here for Lucas in this CRL warm-up.
Seems like it, actually, yeah. He would be 4th place for sure.
Yeah.
Unless, I mean, I don't know how we would be able to come back in this at all. Maybe Guriko losing every single match.
Even then. Even then. Not gonna be easy. But yeah, the thing is, the way I see this. Oh,
we're actually getting Nikoko's and Yoru's match now.
Alright. I was not expecting. We are.
I think we're a bit ahead of the timing at the moment, so we need to, before we go on to the next stage, I think it's to have these matches done.
Alright.
We have Evolution Valkyrie from Yoru, so first time seeing that today.
Yeah. Yeah. And it seems like some sort of rocket cycle ultra defensive deck. You love to see that. You love to go up against that. Ooh,
Boss Bandit making his way through, though. It's like Nikoko's coming back.
Wow. That boss bandit, man. I've said it so many times, but it's just the amount of health is so
it changes games with those charges. Coming forward. Does go for the Tesla line, though.
Okay. Lets the boss bandit die, which is quite surprising. Does protect the firecracker here, who's gonna get a bunch of damage again.
It's literally just
really putting in a lot of value.
Bridge spamming everything. I haven't seen a single card that's not been at the bridge from Nikoko since this game started. Hog coming forward. Too much pressure.
And that's how you want to play it, though. The thing is, that's how you want to play it.
Prince on the other side, though, does not get the ability off. Hog. I think the Hog's getting through this time.
No, that's not. That's anti-earthquake, please.
I think that is anti-earthquake range. You'd have to put it directly on top of it. Boss Bandit, though, it's a big push coming forward. Gets the
Hog Rider at the back. That is such an interesting play right there. I just love how we're seeing these Hog Riders at the back, RG at the back, so that you cycle to another one, and that's actually the one you want to connect onto the tower. The first one is just a decoy.
Yep, I think Euro's just going for rocket cycles now. He has got the spell power to take this down.
I mean, it is 2 rockets away. Now
Yep.
1. So the pressure's
Getting
on
closer.
for Yoru.
Hog Rider coming forward though. Has Euro overcommitted? He has not. Still double firecrackers in there. That's it. 3 HP left though. That was close.
Wow.
That could have been a different game if Nikoko connected on the left
CRL.
somehow.
Damn, that's just to go out on these rockets. Definitely hurts. Definitely hurts a lot.
You can only really play them
And
in
it's
triple elixir though.
yeah.
The rockets.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, just 400 damage, 400, 500 damage on that tower, and you know you're just 2 or 3 rockets from taking that damage lead. So pretty good game right there. And it seems like we're gonna be heading into round 5 here. On round 4, as we're looking at here, everybody lost 2-0. Clearly,
It does look like it, actually. Yep, that was a quick round. It's the fastest round we've had so far.
I guess we're down to round 5, and looking at the leaderboard, I think we're going to be getting it in just a couple of moments.
Let's check which match we're going to go see live. Let's have a look. Yes, we got Lucas versus Guriko. I think this is actually the last potential round we're going to see on stream. We might see a couple of the last games. We'll see what happens.
All right. Sounds good. Sounds good. I mean, now it's just a matter of saving your honor, really.
Pretty much.
Because right now, just
I think even with this, Sosa, if he lost, Lucas won, he might come. I would come 4th place if Sosa lost the next match. I don't know, actually. Depends on the crowns,
I don't even
etc.
think so, because the thing is, it's like
Yeah.
-4. That means there's a -4 round difference.
Yeah, maybe not actually then. He's 3 losses as well, so I don't think he's coming back. But yeah,
But I'm guessing now
first.
we're just going to be taking a look at Guriko, Yoru. They have the exact same scoreboard right now. I think it might. Oh, the on the far right, I think we're looking at the number of crown towers.
Yeah,
princess towers taken to kind of be the difference. But here, Guriko and Yoru both have 3 wins, 1 loss, and 3 up 3 crown towers. So yeah, it's now a matter of who Guriko, Yoru. Let's see.
I think they do. They get first and second regardless now, don't they? Even if Ardan Toas wins, I think they would at least just have to win maybe 1 match, 2 matches. Probably just 1 match.
I'm not sure.
Well, depends on the towers, though.
Yeah.
Not an easy calculation. I think it's between Sosa and Ardentos. Toas? Ardento?
I guess.
I never say this guy's name.
The struggle.
It's the struggle.
Is here. But now, Lucas against Ardan Toas here. Ardan Toas, he needs to win this game. He wants to get into that top 3, conserve that top 3 spot, and move in the final brackets. So Cannoneer for Lucas. Ardan Toas is going to be playing a minor fast cycle.
This is actually a really big matchup for him as well. Ardan Toas has to come against Lucas as well. The pressures, I guess, kind of off Lucas, because I guess maybe he knows he's out already for 4th place, but Ardan Toas still has to win this to get through.
What kind of deck is that? P.E.K.K.A?
Might be a P.E.K.K.A cycle
Triple
deck.
Spells?
Triple cells,
P.E.K.K.A
cycle.
P.E.K.K.A cycle, okay. Now that
RG
not on my
going
big
down.
card. P.E.K.K.A RG, okay.
Boss Bandit trying to deal with the P.E.K.K.A.
I mean, look at that. That RG is going to lock on. That RG is going to lock on and deal some serious damage.
It's a lot of damage coming from the RG. Boss Bandit coming back though. Miner going down, gonna get a load of chip damage done.
Boss Bandit dashes back, and now she can actually, yep, she baits out the Electro Spirit here. Beautiful. But she still gets a shot. She still gets a shot.
Kind of equalizes the damage if not pulls ahead now. I mean, Lucas is running this Cannoneer deck, so against this kind of swarmy kind of deck, cycle deck, it's not going to be the best.
Yeah, here Lucas kind of having fun. Having fun for sure.
I think he is, though. I like this deck. It's not something I've seen recently anyway.
But hey, look, I mean, it may be an unusual deck, but that RG is locking on. And that RG is doing some serious damage. RG P.E.K.K.A. Who would have thought?
P.E.K.K.A. tanking. Pretty solid. It kind of counters the Boss Bandit as well. Yeah, gets the connection.
Boss Bandit.
It's going for it again, though.
Those so much damage.
Poison going down, Zap going down, P.E.K.K.A. making his way through. I thought this would be the evolved one, but the evolved one must have been last time. Double RGs coming down, making their way forward. I think it's going to be hard for Toas to stop this. Yep, too much, way too much. How is he supposed to
crazy,
stop
man.
that, though?
That's crazy.
P.E.K.K.A. in front,
That's
tanking
a crazy
just everything.
Scenario.
Yeah.
Because if you're Lucas, you're like, now I'm playing like there's nothing at stake.
Mm-hmm.
And
pressure's off.
I'm using an unusual pressure's off. I'm using an unusual deck, and I'm getting away with it. And that must be frustrating, you know.
I think so. It's just, I mean, it's just so much to get through as well. Boss Bandit can't deal with P.E.K.K.A. I guess he had Spear Goblins, but he had all the spells to deal with the Spear Goblins. He had triple spells, so all the bats and Spear Goblins did absolutely nothing. There was just, there's nothing he could do there.
Yeah, crazy.
Pressure was too much.
Crazy.
Never seen such a hard counter so far. Literally, the play was put P.E.K.K.A. in the back and Royal Giant behind. Just back up.
There was just so much
simple
health.
Deck.
So much health on the board that the Tesla just could not break through. Could not. She didn't have enough DPS to get rid of both the RG and the P.E.K.K.A. And that ended up working out pretty well. But it was kind of like a gamble, you know, because I'm pretty sure in that P.E.K.K.A. deck he didn't have any big spells, so that can always come back and bite you, depending on the matchup.
Yeah, definitely. I think that was the hard counter to the minor deck. I'm just, not an easy one to deal with. I don't know what you'd even need in there to be able to counter that. To take down double tanks. Tesla's definitely not enough.
You're asking the wrong guy here. Yikes. But yeah, it is unfortunate. I am, a little bit sad for Lucas here because, as I mentioned early on in this stream, he is looking for an organization here, and but you gotta bounce back. And hopefully, first of all, turn the page with these warm-ups, but also finish top 1,000 at the end of this season so you can get yourself a shot for the next monthly finals. That's what should be what should be on Lucas's mind right now.
Game has started. Just waiting for them to switch.
All right.
Here we go. Second match. Lucas versus Ardan Toas. Ram Rider coming out for on the right hand side.
Ooh, that cannon.
Gonna get. Yep.
Ooh. Wow. Lucas going for a pump. Just taking that Ram Rider damage.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a lot of damage to take though, half your tower HP for one pump. Not too sure that's a trade.
I mean, if he was playing some sort of beatdown deck, why not? You know, you can afford to use your tower's health as a way to gain a lot of elixir and make a big push. But here, it's not looking like a beatdown deck. It's looking like a fast cycle, boss bandit, probably minor. No,
doesn't really like Ardan Toas as anything to deal with those pumps either. So I don't know if he's got a big spell on this deck, being bridge spam. Some of them do, some of them don't.
It doesn't look like it. Because here, if we're taking a look at the rest of his cards, we're probably going to be looking at what, like bats?
Yeah.
Maybe bats, maybe wall breakers, or maybe spear goblins. Probably, no, probably bats, spear goblins.
Anything.
Cycle, or any spirit. But clearly here, that zap on the elixir pump should just tell you, I ain't got a big spell.
Oh. Here we go. Here it goes. Lava Hound into an Inferno Dragon, though.
What?
So not too sure about that one.
What is going on?
Knight in the back on the right.
Boss Bandit, Lightning.
What's he got to back this up? Because he has to have something to take that Inferno Dragon down. Maybe not.
I mean, look at his deck though. What do you want to play to support that Lava Hound?
I have no clue what this deck is.
Ardan Toas here. Look at his face. He is so confused right now. He's like, what is going on? Mr. Lucas. Look at his face. I just love Ardan Toas' reaction here. It's just like, okay.
Yep. Confusion. I mean, Lucas has got literally nothing to stop those Inferno Dragons without spending a whole load of spells. I guess depending what he played, it could have been a good deck, but not this one. That hard counter with Inferno Dragon in it.
That was pretty wild. That was a pretty wild game. 1-1. The thing is, Lucas might be kind of, trying some new decks, experimenting a lot. But on the other hand, Ardan Toas here, he's playing for his survival.
Yes, definitely. Like Lucas is playing for fun.
We really have two faces on two totally opposite mental state. One has, pretty much given up, and one is fighting for his life. So it is going to be an interesting last game to seal the deal.
I am curious to see what he comes out with next, though.
And right now, Guriko with a 1-0 lead. And Yoru
Sosa actually beats Yoru as well, so that could actually change things here. If Ardan Toas loses to Lucas, Sosa wins.
Oh, really?
He's going to be third place. Yep.
Oh.
I think anyway.
All right.
Because I think they're tied at the moment. I think. Tied in points.
All right.
It will be probably down to towers as well, but I think it is depending who wins this. They're both at 2 wins, I think.
Somebody in your chat literally said, "Is a toddler making Lucas's deck or something?"
Potentially.
guys. But
that would just be decks he uses on ladder for like counter, probably to counter decks.
Yeah,
so,
or sniping decks to snipe.
Sniping.
To be honest.
Yep. Like the first one was definitely a snipe, I'd say. So I'm not too sure about the second one though.
Yeah, for sure. What are we gonna be seeing in that last game here? Here we go. Ardan Toas, Lucas Gamer.
This is it. Bats.
Final
Maybe
game.
going something a bit more standard this time.
And Ardan Toas here. Are we going for RG? Golem at the straight up Golem.
Royal Chef
Straight
as
up
well.
Golem.
Hunter and Monk on the left hand
Chef.
side. I think he could be going for the 3 crown actually. Nope. Beats Pekka down.
What is
doing
going on right now?
Why did the Hunter retarget there actually? That was weird. Retargeted away from
What
the
is going
Pekka.
on right now? Golem balloon? What are you even supposed to do here? Golem on the King Tower straight up. I don't even know if that's a good play. But it is going to split both the Balloon and the Golem here. Wow.
Tower almost goes down as well. Hunter just stops that
Tower
balloon.
almost goes down, and the King Tower is already pretty low. So this, if Lucas wants to go ahead and 3 crown, he's got a great shot at it. Ardan Toas, he needs to remain calm, understand how Lucas is going to approach this game, and hopefully make the best of it.
He needs to get Lucas to keep his elixir low, I think. As low as he possibly can. So just keep spamming stuff down. Get the pressure going, otherwise Lucas is just going to build something big up here.
Ardan Toas here needs to be a lot more aggressive.
Yeah. Being very defensive, but I guess with that push at the start, you can add to
Hunter.
be...
Oh, Balloon gets a shot. Ardan Toas. Wow. I don't believe this. I just can't believe my eyes right now seeing a Golem Balloon deck absolutely mentally destroying Ardan Toas.
He's just not got the counters for it either. He's got Hunter, but that's the only thing he's got to take down attack solidly.
That's the only counter he has to Balloon and E-Drag.
There goes his Fisherman, so Fisherman drops down. Use the Balloon now. This could just be a Golem at the bridge play. Royale Giant come down the right hand side, Hunter to back it up. Evolution Electro Dragons doing really well at defending. Still taking a lot of shots off there.
The Royal Chef. The DPS of the Royal Chef.
Here's the Golem.
You know. That's a strange
skeletons.
Fisherman, though. That's a strange Fisherman. Why?
It's not really getting a pull on anything. Golem on the right tower. Yeah, I think that's it. Well, actually, Lucas doesn't have any big spells, so depending on one of those one of the Golemites are going to go across.
The Golemite retargets. No way. Look at Ardan Toas' reaction. Like, what is going on? What did I just witness? Lucas, you literally ruined my chances of qualifying.
He did.
The next
well, it depends on Sosa, actually. Like, it depends on Sosa. If he wins his one or not.
That's crazy.
Has he won? We might see the results right now.
Crazy.
Oh, Sosa's still in his game, so this is anyone's game at the moment. Oh no, 2-0.
No, 2-0.
That's it. So that means that Ardan Toas, even though he played really well at the start, just a couple of the last games there, just taking some of the losses, I guess.
It's just, the thing is, how do you even because you're basically, when you're going up against that kind of deck, you're basically throwing the playbook away. You're throwing everything you know about Clash Royale, throw it away. Everything you know about that classic RG Hunter deck, throw it away. And in that
didn't have the answers. Well, he did have the answers slightly, but it was kind of Lucas just built up those pushes, baited everything out, and got the push going. Yeah.
And I mean, is that something to kind of learn from how Lucas is handling these types of, you know, high pressure events? Like, okay, maybe when I don't feel the pressure, when I'm playing kind of playing regular decks. Oh, now we're gonna see the leaderboard actually.
Wait a second. So it looks like Ardan Toas does go through in Sosa. I don't know if this is updated yet. I don't think it's updated.
No, this isn't updated. This is undated. I don't think so.
Wait a second for it to be updated.
But yeah, that was a tough pill to swallow here.
It was.
Tough pill to swallow for Ardan Toas. Let me just check here, because Ardan Toas, no. Sosa, 1-2. He's got 3 wins. Sosa has the last 3 rounds are 3 victories for Sosa.
Yeah. There we go. The final results. Guriko. Actually, Sosa becomes 2nd place. He's not just doesn't come 3rd. So Yoru knocked down to 3rd. Yeah, Lucas 4th. Does pull ahead of Ardan Toas, and Nikoko 6th place. Nikoko looked actually really strong at the start. I think he dropped quite a few, but then yeah.
And even I don't even know why Ardan Toas is not 4th, because if you take a look at the stats, it seems like Ardan Toas is above on both
It's a
rounds
little bit
one and
confusing, yep.
crowns. But in either way, Guriko gonna be taking first place, Sosa second, Yoru third, and that's gonna be it for Group C, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep, that is it for today. We're going to be back tomorrow for Group D. I think it's same time tomorrow as well.
Absolutely, yeah. Same time, same place, and hopefully we'll see some exciting games, just like today.
Definitely, some really kind of close matches today and some walkovers as well. Right, I think we are done for the stream today. Thanks everyone for joining. Thanks again, Shield Maiden, for joining me as well. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Matic. Absolutely. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day. And I'll see you guys later.
Yep. See you guys tomorrow. So thanks again for watching. See you guys soon.